I'm like, what the heck is going on? We must have didn't tap dance on something. It might have been that temple stuff. I should have just been quiet about that. I should have just been quiet about that because maybe that wasn't a good thing to do. Maybe we wasn't supposed to say nothing. I think it was the temple, y'all. Hey, yeah, because I couldn't see no comments. I could not see no comments, honey. That's why I was like, y'all not doing definitions. Well, do I need to come back later? Whole time. Y'all putting them in here. Hey, Punky. I can see. You said, can you see that? This is so wild. That means this class about to be fired. Listen, hey, TT baby. I just seen what you said. Try to put the definition of executed in here. Try to put the definition of executed in here or execute, please, because I'm that's what it that's when I told y'all to do that one. That's when the comments went away and they wasn't moving over here either. Good morning. That's crazy. It just froze on you. Now they messing with the sound. Execute means to carry out a plan, task, or instruction into full detail. Okay, thank you. Okay, execute means to carry out, perform, or put into action. Ain't that crazy? To carry out. To carry out or to put in effect, plan, order, or course of action. Okay, okay, interesting. A command. Y'all, y'all think it's the disclaimer about whatever we got in here that's from the Vatican? Or did God tell us another secret we wasn't supposed to know the other day? Hint, museum. I thought the museum class was so random until it wasn't. You said they're letting some definitions post, but not others. You said I'll take a little bit of both for 1,000. The people is over here. Y'all believe it? Huh? Little of us. When there are people on the internet spewing hateful, horrible things every day, and they let that stuff fly. But us, you said it's the three-letter people on the lookout. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ain't that crazy? They beat y'all to get in class because, baby, listen. Okay. Well, at least we know what's going on. All right. Well, let's keep it moving. You said I usually watch it on TV and my phone, and the TV always cut comments off that's still on the phone live. Interesting. Who's learning a lot about our little old community? For those of you that thought I was paranoid in the beginning, now the sound is crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all what it is around here. Uh, mm, mm. We didn't found out something. You said yes, mine does that on the TV as well. I thought I was tripping. Interesting. Mhm. Okay. He done told us something that's gonna be revealed. Moving on. All right. So they wanted to have Jesus unalive though. We know that what this execution was, right? We outside. We is. And we about to keep it pushing. We're not about to keep playing with them. Right? They wanted Jesus unalive. We know this. Right? This is the whole purpose of this whole meeting here. Right? We know the story. Here we go. So they bound him. Can you tell me the Can you tell me the definition of bound? And then tell me the definition of free. So bound and free. You should have executed, plans, bound, and then free. Those are the four words I need you to define on your paper if you can. And if you can post them, I don't know if it'll let you all, but let's try and see. This is wild, man. It's like, we do not bother nobody. This is the same thing that started happening on all my other social media. It's crazy, 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 crazy. You said bound, placed under legal or moral restraint or obligation, obliged, often used in combination. Mm. Placed under legal or moral restraint. Bound means to physically restrain, spiritually bounded, or is that conventional? Being physically tied and restricted to being legally obligated and destined for a certain outcome. That. When you get time, write those down, okay? They're important, okay? It is. So they bound him and led him away. What does it mean to be led? Free. Thank you. Enjoying personal freedom, not subject to control or domination of another. Good job, Nisi Poo. Whew. We're the fire's turning up. You said moving toward a destination, being certain to happen, being restricted, tied, or making a leaping jump. It gave you four definitions. Good job. Good job. That's all of it is relevant. Okay, here we go. Oh, y'all got that one. Okay. Led him away and handed him over to Pilate the governor. When Judas, that's why, when Judas had betrayed him, he's when Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that Jesus was condemned, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priest and the elders. How many times in this society do we see the rich, as soon as they get wealth, there is something that happens to them, especially if they get that wealth the wrong way. It almost starts to eat them alive. No, they're no longer strong in their mind. A lot of those people start talking about they getting diagnosed with mental illness. You said, can someone please tell me where we're reading? We are in Matthew 27 NIV, Pumpkin. Hey, you said led to guide on a way, especially by going in advance. In advance. Ugh, good job. That's keep that in mind now. Uh-huh. Led to go before or with to show the way, conduct, or escort. Interesting. Okay. So there were physical people that were leading Jesus to his death, right? We know this. He was led away. We know he had to go to the cross and they saw, well, we gonna get to it. Okay. But get this. Judas was led by the people to betray Jesus, right? So there were some unethical things that were going on in that situation. They were going to falsely accuse somebody, and they made a plan to take Jesus from his mama, his brothers and sisters, his nieces and nephews. They did not care, and there was a financial exchange in order for this deed, right? We all know the story, right? Judas's heart had to be led away in greed, in deceit, okay? Because that's bribery. That's paying you for a hit, okay? You didn't sit here with God Himself in the flesh. And then after all that He had done for you, because we don't know all of Judas' story, we don't know how many times Jesus showed up for Judas and knowing that he was going to do him wrong, right? But as soon as he got the finances for the job that he did, his mind was no longer at rest. Good morning, Auntie. Good morning. Have you seen it? Have you ever seen a nigga that always hit licks? Do they be at rest? Chicks that set niggas up, they don't be at rest either. It don't matter how fly they clothes be, how whatever nigga, they always on edge. You said if that money got in the hands of a crash dummy, it could jeopardize my family and burden the ones who love me. Deacon Kendrick Lamar. Come on. Come on. Come on. You said nope. They always looking over their shoulder. You said always looking over their shoulder. Interesting. So you got it, but you don't get to enjoy it. Hmm. Immediately, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders. He said, I don't want it. How many times have people tried to give their fame back? And they pretend to die and go live under another name because that name is owned by the companies. He says, this hits crazy because my son is in this right now. Only now he's so anxious he has to run or drink to feel normal. Interesting. Hmm. They do the same thing that Judas did. Literally, okay? The human side, was leading Jesus to his death. You know what the angels that were there were doing? Anybody know? You said, oh, my last job, they kept switching their name to hide from the government. Uh oh. What were the angels doing? Because they were there. What were they doing? Seems like selling your soul is the end of the rest. Peace in your, you said end of a rest and peace in your soul, no rest for the wicked. Here we go. Holding them accountable, keeping record. Okay. What else we got? Being his comfort. Okay. What about walking into his glory? Because what did they see after the human side of them walked him to his death? It's always got. Come on, Danny. It's always guards when you see the king walking and everybody is there. There's guards on the side, baby, and they standing at attention because the king is about to get on his throne in all his glory. He got all his priestly garments on, and everybody they about to see him. So with the human eye, they saw, oh, he getting walked to his death. But what they couldn't see was the glory of God getting ready to be exposed to everything and everyone on the planet. Because what looked like a dark day, a dark time, is just like when you go to the movie theater and right before the show comes on, the lights go down, don't they? So that you can see more clearly, so that you're not distracted, and so that you can pay attention to what's in front of you. Why they don't leave the lights on through the whole movie? Because you'll be focused on what everybody else is doing, who moving, who keep chewing loud, who kid ain't sitting down. You won't be focused on what is in front of you. So sometimes God will make it dark around you so you can only see what is in front of you. You can only focus on what's ahead of you. You do not go to the movies, pay all that money for them popcorn buckets to turn around and watch the people behind you while the movie is playing this way. You don't pay $79 to do that, do you? Hmm? They playing with the comments again. He will make your surroundings dark so you can focus on him. Come on. Hey, hey. Ain't that crazy? Just like the movies. Hello. Because your life is scripted. So if you just keep looking forward, well, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Y'all ready? It's okay. You said when you're in a, you said in the dark, it's hard not to see the light. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on in. I'm trying to tell y'all. He bust my head this morning because we ain't even halfway down the rabbit hole. You hear me? Just come on in and settle on down. All right. Okay? There was a plan put together so that humans remained hopeless. And when they executed the plan to have Jesus executed, they thought the powers that be, the powers of darkness, that humans would be hopeless forever because their savior was gone. Hello. They didn't think they would ever see the light. Darkness no longer exists when light comes in the room. Come on. Come on. Yep. We in there like swimwear. You had a problem getting in. Mm. On cue. Didn't we just say that? I told y'all. We didn't tap dance on something we probably wasn't supposed to. Well, we was looking at the other day with the 54 or 52 meters or whatever it is. I don't think we were supposed to go over there looking. What y'all think? I don't think we were supposed to be over there touching that stuff. You said I never, even when I get a search, get a notification to class anymore. Interesting. You said I never, even when I search, get a notification to class anymore. Interesting. Well, we got stuff that's in the Vatican archives over here. So. Ah! You said the way the dots was connecting. Maybe not. Right, right, right. We weren't supposed to talk about that. Hello. But remember, okay, real quick. Do y'all remember before the BBB was a thing? You said we was just watching your last episode with Pharaoh, and it was interesting. You said don't say the V word, boss. Oh, yeah. Listen, they already over here. They already messing with us. Too late now. We already know. Right. Right. I'm just saying. If you notice, okay, when we were talking, you said, oh, yeah, it's buffering now. Interesting. When we were talking about all the things that were going to happen, there was no name for it. But every time that we touched down on something that was going to be a part of the BBB, right, these things would start to happen. Every time. When we talked about the owls, these things started to happen. First, the screen was black and I can hear your voice. Then, when I came back, I couldn't comment. Had to comment. Had to come in a third time. Okay, let's keep going. All right, crazy. He said, "I have sinned." He said, "For I have betrayed innocent blood." The people that take advantage of you, instantly their peace goes away. It doesn't matter what you see. This is why a lot of times they come back to torment you and to watch you because they're being tormented. The moment that they plan to take advantage of you, the moment that they plan to do you dirty, cheat on you, take your money, whatever it is that is deceitful, is the exact moment that they said to themselves, I do not want to be at peace in my life anymore. You can't run away from your mind. Seeing is how you wanted that person to think about how they was going to feel when they whatever, or you didn't give any care to how that person was going to feel about the things that you are doing, right? Then what if God makes it to where that's all you can think about? And you can't think about nothing else until you get it right. See, I'm missing comments. You said, I'm sorry, Keisha, I'm still praying for you. See, what is she? I didn't even get to see it. You said, we're close to opening a field, and they know once we're open this field, we have power over and over. You said, yep, putting on my armor with padding. Uh oh. Oh, okay. You said that makes sense as to why they acting weird. Yep. Okay. What is it to us? I'm sorry, what is that to us? They replied, that's your responsibility. Anybody ever tricked you into doing something and said, I didn't make you do it? You did it because you wanted to. You could have stopped. Hmm? Ever in your life? You said this. Yes. You said, "Why won't let me see where you all are reading from?" I don't know. We're reading from Matthew 27, and now we're in the fourth verse. Plenty of times. How'd you feel right after that? Was it something that you couldn't take back? Hmm? Yes. Interesting. Can you tell me the definition of remorse? You said when people trigger you and blame you for reacting, right? What's the definition of remorse? You said it's thundering and lightning. So bad you reveal and teach. Uh oh. You said, yeah, my ex husband, I helped his mama even after she lied to and on me just because I married her son. He said, I ain't make you do that. Oh, and they both betrayed me again. Oh, so we've all, good job. We've all experienced it. A deep, painful feeling of guilt and regret for something wrong or harmful you have done in the past. You said, like, really, you were with me the whole time, but now the ish has hit the fan. You don't know me. Ooh, come on. Ooh, remorse, a gnawing distress arising from a sense of guilt for past wrongs, self reproach. Ooh, remorse is a deep, agonizing feeling of guilt and self reproach over a past action or wrongdoing. Have you all ever felt that feeling ever? Gnawing at your mind, gnawing at your thoughts, gnawing at your guilt driven. Mm, interesting. Okay. All right. So Judas threw the money into the temple and left, and then he went away and unalived himself. What type of mental distress did he have to be in to give all the money back and then say, I can't even be here no more? You know what's crazy? A lot of the stars do the same thing. They start giving all their money to charity, and then right after that, they don't be here no more. No, they start dressing different. They become, yeah, Listen. So the same things that were happening back in Jesus' days are still happening right now. Is what you're telling me? There are people that do things right now. He said that had to be the heaviest weight he ever carried. Come on. It's a lot of people that the devil will lead you away to do something that you feel like you cannot live with. Yes or no? Now, that's not saying you can't live with it. You feel like you cannot live, like have that on you and live. He knew that he was really messed up because he already was stealing from them, but didn't give that back. Oh, okay. So when you do wrong, you are immediately signing up for torment. Isn't that crazy? When you make a plan, premeditated wrong, you are instantly signing up for mental illness. The guilt blinds you from the truth. Okay. Spirits are in the way. You made a plan to make somebody think something and didn't know it was going to boomerang. You tried to deceive them into thinking a certain way. And now you're deceived and tormented in your thinking. Good morning. Okay. I just want to see if y'all see. So the chief priest picked up the coins and said, "It is against the law to put this into the treasury since it's blood money." But it wasn't against the law to kill. Ain't it against the law to kill an innocent man? Didn't God say, "Don't spill the blood of the innocent"? Ain't that what he said? Didn't he say, "Don't make a false witness"? Y'all wasn't concerned about that one, about charging somebody with something, about bribing anybody, about whispering secretly, backbiting, and doing the spirit of strife. You so you, the sin that you stop at is, I'm not gonna put no blood money in the church. So anything that is tied to this, I'm not gonna put that in the church. You said picking and choosing. You said they still got blood stains on their hands. Come on. So then you take the money and you go buy. Look here now. You go buy a graveyard for foreign people, and we wonder why some graveyards are haunted. You said, "Auntie, I just found out something." I'm waiting, nephew. He said, "I need this class as I'm having a hard time trying to understand why would my baby be unalived and then turn around and unalive himself, be an unaliver and then turn around and unalive himself." Okay, here we go. We gonna get through it. It's okay. We gonna get through it together. What you find out, Michael? Orvaline, I'm sorry to hear that too. I am. But God paid the price even for your baby too. You said, that's like a street dude saying, "I don't hurt kids, but selling kids mama." Right, exactly. Exactly. My old friend was shot 4 times by his brother in St. Louis. Once in the face, 3 times in the chest. He survived but made it. But it made me think about the family on family violence we just talked about. No way. I am sorry to hear. Did y'all hear that? This was just right now or last night? Did y'all hear what your nephew said? It happened a few weeks ago, but I haven't heard from him till this morning. He was in the hospital the whole time. Glory to God that he still got his life. You said I was just talking to my daughter about this last night. Listen, he lived, Samantha. Nephew, nephew, you seeing it? You see what he said? The family on family. It's about to get ugly. And I don't even know what that was over. But think about when it's over feeding their kids, or their kids being warm, or whatever else it is. What's going on around here? When I used to say that, people were saying I was being crazy. No, it's about to get ugly out here. I told y'all it was gonna be the families at the door. I can't believe you about to. I can't believe you about to put me in this situation either. Huh? In real life, you about to have to protect everything in your house. You said I'm praying for everyone in our sanity during these times, y'all. I pray God gives us strength. Listen, nephew, was David a warrior? Huh? David, warrior. Joshua, Abraham. You said my brother was the cause of my dad's death. I truly understand the resentment you can feel towards someone. This class truly helped me understand how to forgive and to let God. It took me a long time. Come on. You said, wow, that sounds like my friend, but he didn't make it and his big brother did it. He was just released after doing 8 years. You said, but I learned to forgive from a distance. Okay. What about Moses? Was Moses a warrior? Samuel? Okay. In the Bible, it say it's a time for this and a time for that, and a time to do this and a time to do that, and a time to do this and a time to do that, and a time and a time and a time and a time and a time. People be confusing yesterday with today. You said Samuel was taking heads, and he was a prophet. Was Samuel a prophet? Okay. Don't forget that. I need y'all to not forget that part. Just because you walk with God, He literally said we fighting a war for our spirit, soul, mind, and body. Did He not? The devil wants to possess you. He wants to kill, steal, and destroy you. That don't sound like you need to be a warrior. Now, there's a lot of battles you're not gonna have to fight, but what do you think war is? Yes, the demons war right here, but guess what? They like to hop in and out of bodies too. They catch bodies all the time. This is a spiritual war, but God never said you wasn't gonna have to fight. Hey, pumpkin, there are times of war and there are times of peace. You said, was you in my conversation this morning? Listen, people need to understand we are in different times. And if you are stuck in 2022 and how we can move around, I talked to a woman yesterday that is 75 or 76 years old. She said, I grew up in like the Jim Crow, all of that type era and all of that. She was like, it's really bad now. I said, interesting. Worse than when you was living it the first time? She said it wasn't like this. It's different now. 75 or 76 years old. Hello. That's what she said yesterday. We was talking about all this going on in the world and in the economy and in this place where, I said, really? Interesting. You know why that's interesting? Because God says at the last days it was going to be worse than before. You would see things that remind you of it, but you ain't seen nothing like this. What is coming is not new under the sun, but the amount and the intensity that you are going to see it is not been done before. You said it's definitely different. A lot of people aren't focused. Listen, you said God never said you wouldn't have to lose something or have to sacrifice that part. Come on, I'm trying to tell you, it's a real thing out here. We're living in a different time, y'all. We are. Let's get to this. It's a different time. Um, so they decided to use the money to buy the potter's field as a burial place for foreigners. So we're gonna put this curse on somebody else. That is why it has been called the field of blood to this day. Remember that. The field of blood. The field of blood. The field of blood. The field of blood. If the money was cursed because they believed in relics and things, and they take the money to buy the field of blood and just put it on the foreigners, the cursed people, it's like taking the curse off of them and putting it on the people that's over there in that thing in their bloodlines. Hmm. Like the transfer of destiny, almost. We're not going to hold on to it because then we know that the karma is going to come to us, even though they were still going to get it. But if we take it and buy this with it, then that curse is not on our hands. Destiny swap. Come on. Right? Which is wild that you just don't care about other people. But, amen. You was deceiving folks and whatnot. And now you worried about some blood money. You wasn't worried about the blood being shed, but you were worried about the blood money. Interesting. That's where you draw the line. Got it. Here we go. That is why it has been called the field of blood to this day. Then what was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled. They took 30 pieces of silver, the price set on him by the people of Israel, and they used them to buy the potter's field as the Lord commanded me. Isn't that crazy? And where else did that blood money go? Listen, Listen, it's a whole bunch of it. You said my grandma that is 70, something said that on a specific day, that on specific days in her childhood, you could only buy certain things. Like, for instance, Saturday was for sugar, Thursday was for flour. Do you remember us talking about that, Pumpkin? You said it's wild that the cemetery is still there and people actually visit it. Come on, Auntie. You think that was a part of the plan? Hmm. You said I never fully understand the meaning of warring in the spirit. You said I was in a fight of my life in a dream. The power of calling on the Father saved me. You know what I mean? I do. Okay. Energy harvesting and destiny swapping. Interesting. You said why would that even be a part of a tour? Exactly, Auntie. Who remembers Beetlejuice? Y'all remember Beetlejuice? Wasn't his ultimate goal to possess somebody to get out of the world, the land of the dead? And it wasn't until they got to a particular space that he was able to even show himself, right? Oh, oh, yeah. That's what the show 33 Coins is about. You said most cities have a potter's field for the poor and indigent. Is that it? You said, wow, me. You said that sounds like the aisle they have in New York with hundreds of thousands of birds there. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Oh, bodies there. Oh, that sounds like the aisle they have in New York with hundreds of thousands of bodies there. Oh, oh, interesting. With the women's, where the man was burying the women's. Is that what you're talking about? Interesting. Okay, here we go. We about to keep going. We about to keep going. We about to keep going because where we supposed to be, we ain't got there just yet. Here we go. Meanwhile, Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" "You have said so," Jesus replied. "You said it, not me." When he was when he was accused by the chief priest, and the elders gave him a gate. Slow down, girl. When he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he gave no answer. Then Pilate asked him, "Don't you hear the testimony they are bringing against you?" But Jesus made no reply, not even a single charge. And to the great amazement, to the great amazement of the governor, y'all. Let me make this bigger. Now it was the governor's custom at the festival to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. At that time, they had a well known prisoner whose name was Jesus Barabbas. So when the crowd had gathered, Pilate asked him, "Which one do you want me to release to you, Jesus Barabbas or Jesus who is called the Messiah?" For he knew it was out of self interest that they had handed Jesus over to him. Interesting. While Pilate was sitting on the judge's seat, his wife sent him this message: "Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I've suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him." But the chief priest and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas and to have Jesus executed. "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?" asked the governor. "Barabbas," they answered. "What shall I do then with Jesus who is called the Messiah?" Pilate asked, and they answered, "Crucify him." "Why? What crime has he committed?" "We know this whole thing." They shouted, "Crucify him." Now, where we getting to is coming up right here. I need y'all to go to because we know that story. That's not where we're going. So here, I'm sorry. Here we go. I need y'all to go down to 32. We gonna go back there, but I need y'all to go down here to 32 with me real quick. We gonna come back. You said, how demons, bad spirits on poor people. Let's. Oh, you said how that. Well, demonic, right? To put bad spirits on poor people. That's what they do. That's what they do. No, all genders. Okay, I don't know. I need y'all to come to 32 because I know this sounds all over the place. Just we gonna reel it in. Just give me a minute. Okay, it says, as they were going out, they met a man from Cyrene named Simon, and they forced him to carry the cross. So earlier up there, when the evil folks bought this land, right? It was to get rid of the curse off of them and do exactly what we talked about. Try to have poor people or foreigners bear the weight of their sin, or if there's any demonic anything that's tied to that, we're going to put that on somebody else, right? And instantly, I'm thinking about a lot of the places that should be off limits in Jerusalem, and yet they have you trekking through them. You said the tour guides tell you that those places are cursed and demons are still worshipped. Auntie, I love the fact that you got to go to those places and be. Come on, did y'all hear y'all auntie? Huh? Was you here in the beginning of class playing all our words we had in the beginning? Plan to execute all of these different things, free and bound. Okay. Uh, what's crazy is people forget who built a lot of these sites, right? They forget who built them. We know giants built Jerusalem. We know this. You said now that's crazy. So they want y'all to pick up the spirits and take them back with you. Okay. Okay. This is hitting me hard, auntie, because it's real. Listen, if you're possessed with a demon, are you not bound? If you start sinning and you start having mental illness, is that we already we already defined what that is and what comes with it. How many times do they show us in a movie that a person goes to a holy site and then they become possessed? Hello. As soon as Judas was in distress, he couldn't live with it no more. The same spirits that got him to betray Jesus, take the blood money, report back however many times, and sit in Jesus' face and lie and kiss his face, and all of that is the same demons that said, look at what you did. You know everybody's gonna hate you. You're not gonna be able to go anywhere in the world and they will not know that you are the person that sold the Messiah out for some money. This is the same thing that Lucifer did to Lot, I mean not Lot, Job's wife. Had her go up and curse her husband and say all these different things and cut her hair off and then start talking crazy. This is the same devil we deal with right now. He ain't did it to you. Had you go do something you wish you could take back and baby you can't, and he be beating up on your head with it. When has he changed his tactics is what I want to know. You said, and he walked with Jesus. That's wild because it makes me think, then who am I to be tempted? Exactly. You said he has. Okay. Well, we not gonna act like is he using new stuff. He ain't. He using the same stuff he always do. But hold on. Let me run to the restroom. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I need to get some water. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. You said stand up. The same stuff I'm telling you. You just gotta stay loyal and faithful, like Job, and stay right. You said and stay on your job. Yep. Okay. So look, here we go. You said, blah, 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 blah. And they forced him to carry the cross. They came to the place of Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. There, they offered Jesus wine to drink mixed with gall. But after tasting it, he refused to drink it. I literally walked the road of the patriarchs, the same road Joseph walked with his brothers to be sold. The demons on that road. I'm so thankful for the oil I was covered by. Come on, Auntie. Because spirits go from a place and then they come right back. It never said they stopped doing that. So the same spirits that was there in Jesus' days is there right now. Because they're kings and dukes over provinces. That's their territory. Hello. Every time you turn around, somebody going to some temple and a demon is outside or inside waiting to hop in them. All the scary movies tell us that's so. Right? So now y'all ready to go down a rabbit hole? Just a small one. Is y'all ready? We went all the way over there to come all the way back over here. Is y'all ready? Can you tell me what gall is and the different types of gall, please? Please. And I got this on this iPad. I should have just, but I didn't. It's fine. There's a few different types. Y'all might cheat. A highly bitter or poisonous substance, often linked to animal bile venom, or an extremely bitter plant like wormwood or myrrh. Interesting. Bile, especially that of an animal. You said there's this one archaeologist that disputes everything found that points to giants and demons. He looks like he's inhabited by a demon and he should be well into his hundreds. Oh wow. Yeah. You said I love y'all. Please keep my family in your prayers. About to go to a dear friend's funeral. I definitely will. We definitely will. Pray that God comforts y'all and the family. Y'all drive safe. Pray over the car, traveling mercies, okay? Anoint yourself because the spirit of grief is real. Disrespectful audacity. Bold, disrespectful audacity. Okay. Uh, did you guys see abnormal growth on plants caused by parasites or insects? Did y'all see that? Thank you. Did y'all see that? Yes? No? Did y'all see plant gall? If you didn't, can you type in plant gall? Let me know when you're over there. And it could be the AI because that's what I use right here. Y'all ready? Let's go. Plant galls are abnormal outgrowths or swellings on external plant tissues closely resembling benign tumors. They are primarily caused by insects, mites, bacteria, fungi, nematodes, that secrete chemicals while feeding or laying eggs, effectively manipulating the plant to grow a protective, nutrient rich home for their young. Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Yeah. You said that's cancer. Interesting. Well, we talking about plant gall right now. I need y'all to stay with me. Okay. Did y'all see that? And it refers to bile or liver secretions as well. And bile and liver, those are things that filter the blood, right? Or bile is the waste. Okay. Right. I know they high in comments, so I'm just gonna go on. Okay, the most common types and characteristics include insects and mites. Those most frequent culprits, like gall wasps, midges, aphids, create highly specific structures ranging from fuzzy clumps and hard balls to cones and spikes on leaves and twigs. The second is bacterial or fungal. Certain fungi and bacteria, such as crown gall disease can cause large rough galls that disrupt the plant's vascular system. The harm level, while gall looks harming, most are entirely harmless to the plant's overall health and require no treatment. Management for the majority of insect caused galls, control is not needed. However, destructive bacteria galls, crown gall, are managed by pruning affected branches, sterilizing tools between cuts, and removing the infected plant entirely. Did y'all see that? Y'all read that too, right? Or a version of that. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, looking at the pictures of it. Okay. Okay. Do you believe he's in every detail, even down to the smallest ones? Do you believe he every single thing that he does has a meaning? A double meaning, a triple meaning, and a quadruple meaning. Do you believe that? Did Jesus call himself the vine? talks about the tree of life, right? Hmm. Y'all give me 1 second because I got to get to this real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second, family. Because I need this specific. Oh, girl, why you always got this flash on? Vines, branches, seeds, vineyards, trees. He's the vine because we are the branches. Okay, refers to plants often. Got it. Okay, let's go on down this rabbit hole then. All right, crown gall. Okay, hear me out now. Crown gall bacteria caused by Agrobacterium tumefaciens or faciens is it affects over 600 species, creates rough woody tumors on roots and stems near the soil line. This is highly damaging because it disrupts water and nutrient transport. Does Jesus refer to himself as the living water and the bread of life? So if he's a plant and we're a part of the plant, and crown gall will stop the plant from being able to receive water and nutrients, you'd want to stay away from crown gall, right? Do you think it's funny that right before this they crowned him and then gave him gall? What did Jesus give the disciples to drink at the Last Supper? Girl, come on in. What did he give them? It is crazy. I said he in the little bitty details, even the little bitty ones. What did they drink? Wine representing his blood. And that blood was going once. Okay, let's get to it. Let's do it before we go. All right. Well, just stay on over here because we got that. Okay, here we go. Fungal galls. Fungi, excuse me, can cause swollen growths such as azalea leaf gall or black knot on fruit trees. These galls often produce powdery white or dark fungal spores on the surface. Jesus's flesh was torn and ripped and bloody so that our skin infections could be healed, right? And any wounds in our body would heal. That's why his flesh was torn so that the disease could be healed, right? Any imperfections on our skin, his skin was bruised and torn open and ripped so that we could have relief from that. Yes or no? He said, I was bruised for your iniquity. Right. By his stripes we are healed. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Stay with me. All right. It says insects and mite galls. It says caused by gall wasp, midgets, or I'm sorry, midges or mites. When these pests feed or lay eggs, the plant develops very distinctive and often aesthetically only growths, such as oak apples or horned oak galls, to encapsulate the pest. Can I ask you a question? Could you look at spirits as an insect or a mite? And once a spirit burrows into the holes or the leeway to your soul, do you start to look different? There starts to be growth in dark places, does it not? And they don't come by themselves. They breed other spirits in there, don't they? They leave the door open for other things to get in to grow and lay eggs, and before you know it, your life is infested with spirits. Spirits are pests. They're vermin. You start looking like an object, disease, or illness. Come on. Ain't this okay? Let's keep going. Some of the symptoms, irregular sizes ranging from tiny bumps to massive 1 foot wide tumors. They are initially soft and light colored, later turning hard, woody, or dark. The location of this is often found on the root crown where the stem enters the soil, roots, and leaves. Jesus' blood was sent back into the dirt to heal it, right? The cleansing blood and the cleansing water that poured from his veins. Jesus went all the way back to the root of the tree, Adam, hello, and undid everything that he could with his blood and the water so that he could repair the vine that was dying. Hello. So, no, he didn't want no gal, no gall, because gall is detrimental to the vine. It comes with all of this, and he was coming to repair the vine, honey. Hello. So even the gall that they wanted him to drink, Satan has been trying to taint the vine, the lineage of God, so that the Savior could, and he's been using demons, vermin, mites to do it. It's a reason he didn't take the gall, because he's the true and living vine. And gall can be detrimental to vines, to plant life. Come on. I said, whoa, wait a minute. You said hair on my arms is standing up. When I say he's in every single detail, y'all can't tell me this ain't mind blowing. He takes it, oh no, I don't want that. I know what's in there. Abnormal growths, and I'm trying to heal this land. I can't take that in. I'm trying to heal this land, so I can't take that in. You said the gall of Satan to even think, the audacity. Something so simple we done heard about forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. We didn't even realize how deep it was. He was trying to infiltrate again, lay eggs. Hello. You said I had to sit down on that girl. Satan mixed the wine himself. He made the cross. He poured the metal for the nails. You don't think he mixed the cup? You said, snaps, nephew. Listen, hello. The mysteries in the word, girl. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, wait, what? He wanted to infiltrate even the last cup that Jesus drank because he knew everything that was about to be poured out of Jesus was going to heal the earth, was going to undo all that had already. Come on. I said, whoa. Some of the sins, they there, but they might not be as crazy. But some of the sin causes so much damage to the soul that it cannot receive the nutrients and the life-giving waters that the Holy Ghost brings. Can't receive the word. Can't receive refreshment. Can't receive renewal. Hello? Y'all, listen. Tell me that's not crazy. The gall. Something so simple we didn't all heard about mixed with the wine mixed with gall. We didn't heard it a gazillion times. Never knew that it was that deep. Ain't that crazy? You said even at his death, Satan was trying to deceive. Come on. And infiltrate. Hello. Can they find parasites in your blood? Ain't that how parasites be traveling through the blood? Hello. Demons are parasites. And if you come in contact with parasitic riddled blood, what happens? You said, girl, OMG. Huh? What happens if, zombies? That's what happens. Zombies. The Walking Dead. And that blood was supposed to be bringing life. Hello. Hello. You said, my pen ain't stopped moving. Parasites under a microscope look demonic for real. Interesting. In the movies, if you come across parasitic blood, what happens? You turn into a zombie. You are the Walking Dead. There's a deformity. There's hello. You said that just lets you know how deceitful Satan is, even in the end. I'm trying to tell you. The gall. Mhm. Ain't that crazy? Something we never probably even really thought about. Oh, okay, they gave him a bitter drink. Oh no, it was more than that. Remember, I told y'all this is about the blood infiltrating the body of Christ, infiltrating the community of Christ, infiltrating Christ Himself, and that worm never dies. Interesting. You said just a thought. He thought if he could taint the blood before it shed, it wouldn't work. Come on. Them ninjas literally taint our blood because I found out diabetes is from tainted blood. No way. You said when you look under a microscope, the blood moves fast, and if you have a parasite in your body, interesting. Uh-oh. And you can see them attacking the good cells. Ooh. So y'all picked it up? Okay, good job. Wait a minute. I need to put your thing in the basket or take some out, whatever you need. Y'all got that? Here go my basket because my other basket got apples in it. Pick up some and put it in here. Y'all picked it up. Y'all got to go on and gather up whatever you need from that, baby. Because I'm trying to tell you, you blew my mind this morning. You said what now? Every single piece of every word that is in that Bible has a deeper meaning to it. He divine. And plant gall is not good for the vine. You got to know what kind of gall you're dealing with. Is it going to produce tumors? Is it going to stop you from being able to eat and drink spiritually? What is it? You said, "Man, because I've been praying for healing from these beaties." And yes, ma'am, I know he's a healer, and they can tell. They can't tell me different. Come on, you said like an onion, layers upon layers. This class topic is so crazy because while we're my son and I watching the anime Cells at Work last night, and the cancer parasite was in the body attacking cells. Come on, you said it's layers to this. It is, and the cancer had wings like an angel. Girl, nice. Is he not right on time with everything? Hello. You said it also says the parasites are in the tumors. Okay. Hello. Hello now. He couldn't take the gall because he was the purification process. I'm going to just let y'all sit with that for a minute. You said, I love it here. Rika. Rika. I'm going to let y'all wherever, if my baby said her pen ain't stop writing, I need y'all to go on and get this out. You said, yes, ma'am. I kid you not. We were just watching it. I believe it. I believe it because remember I wasn't even supposed to be on here, and he told me Matthew 27. I said okay. Got all through all of that, and he said, "Here, right here, this right here. Look this up." You said the laminin protein in the body is what holds everything together, and it's in the shape of a cross. Interesting, interesting. You said you all in my business. I'm treating my plants from parasites right now, and to fix it, I have to go. You said to go and get an aspirin. Listen, is that right? You said with an eye opener. Listen, I'll be right back. Trying to tell y'all. It'd be so much right. We didn't read everybody didn't read about the crucifixion of Jesus. Everybody. All of us. Read it. Y'all right over here. You said powerful. Listen. Oh, I done missed all kind of stuff. I have to give an aspirin. You said, man, I love God. He be downloading for real. Rika. He got answers for everybody for everything all the time. You said I have to give it an aspirin. Give it an aspirin. I'm writing so fast because this is so good. Aisha, this I had to get some Castile soap and neem oil for mine. He said, I love my classmates and teacher. My plants have a fungi. Are you serious? Also, the laminin is represented by the number 111, representing the Trinity, and the Holy Hebrew letter Aleph, which is represented as 111 in the phrase, I am that I am. Interesting. Taunt, you said, oh, okay, y'all having plant conversations. Wait, family, I just thought about something in the movie Chosen when dad dies on the cross and he says, I'm thirsty, and they gave him that God didn't. Wasn't that the same soldier that cut him? I believe so. On his side, I believe so. I wonder if that's the reason Jesus cursed the fig tree because of the fig gall. Probably. Probably. Tawana, I'm going to do that. Oh, okay. So is y'all toes wiggling? Is they wig? I feel like y'all toes is wiggling. Is they wiggling? Because everybody got a plant fungus, gotta. You gotta give a mass spring. You say yes, yes, and yes. So medical things, plant things, all of it, huh? Ain't that interesting? You said I'm rocking and everything, sister. You said yes, and legs is shaking. Isn't it? I mean, he's just amazing in how, again, we could never understand the depth of his thinking. He gives us little bitty pieces. You said toes going to town. Toes, at this point, I'm on my feet in a full box. On full box. Listen, tell me that ain't crazy though. It's like you even thought about that. I had one question when I went to the restroom. Let me look it up real quick because I did it before now. Y'all, down to the cellular level. Do y'all want to hear this real quick? This the question that I was supposed to come look up. I just went to the restroom and it came to me while I was in there. Is y'all sitting down? Sit down. Can I read something to you? Ooh, I'm about to bite somebody fat meat. Sit down. Have a seat real quick if you can. Are you ready? Okay. Gall on grapevines typically refers to tumor like bacterial growths, crown gall, or small bumps caused by insects or mites. These growths primarily damage the plant by strangling the vine, disrupting its vascular system so it cannot circulate water and nutrients, which untimely leads to stunted growth, reduced fruit yield, and often plant death. You said what? Girl, I'm going to read it again. Gall on grapevines typically refers to, and he's the wine, he's the blood, the wine. OMG. Tumor like bacterial growths, crown galls. It's just crazy that that's the gall that'll mess up the grapevine, baby. Or small bumps caused by insects or mites. These growths primarily damage the plant by strangling the vine, disrupting its vascular system. And if your vascular system ain't working, you're not going to live. Jesus' blood came through the vascular system. Come on, y'all. He talks about how certain things choke out the plants, the roots. You said, I'm just grateful right now. This just blessed me. Come on. You said, wasn't Jesus technically suffocating in his own blood while crucified? Don't make me go in my own notes. In my own notes. Yes. Remember? That's the class we did. When they broke his legs, it started suffocating. And broke his arms, he started to suffocate. Yeah. You said, remember that one we did about the plants. Listen, all of them coming together right here, right now. Come on, we sure did do a class about that. We sure did, and we talked about when they pulled his arms out and then they broke his legs. Everything's what was condensed, and his heart was racing fast, and he was pushing all the water and stuff around, but it was caving his heart in. That's why he was. We sure did. You said yes. I'm trying to contain myself in this place. Uh-oh. He didn't take the gall because it was gonna choke out the plants, stunt the growth, reduce the fruit yield, and end in plant death. So then all of his work would have been for nothing. How much you want to bet that wine was made from this specific type of plant, and that's why he wouldn't take it? Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. You said it was the what did it feel like and what it felt like class. I got them right now. Uh-oh, what date was it, baby? Yep, May 29, 2025 was the class. Ooh, I got my class back. I don't know. They just showed up today. Yes. Yes, they're back. I think they were on vacation, summer vacation. I think they put their bots in and yes, they're back. They are back. I'm so excited. Yeah, thank you. All right. I guess I do know them today. Today I know them. It might be the bots tomorrow. I don't know. But today my students are back. Thanks. Tell me that's not mind blowing, y'all. Y'all see that these hairs, the electricity in them keeps connecting them. Do you see that? Can y'all see? That's cool. Not my hair making a necklace for me. You said like the veins on the cucumber, they will grab onto another plant or anyone around it. You said I'm in awe. You said that's why it's important what seed you sow, weeds or fruit. Come on, come on. You said I'll never forget the date because I've never looked at the cross the same after that day. Uh oh, anywhere. Oh, hello, beans vine too. They do. Isn't that crazy though? That's why the gall was so important. Whoever knew that the gall had, I mean, I'm gonna read this again because I need y'all to take this in. I really do. I need y'all to take this part of why the gall could not gall on grapevines, and this wine is representative of my blood. That's why it was so important that he couldn't drink it because he knew how detrimental and devastating gall is to the grapevine, and he's the grapevine. Did you ever think? I mean, for okay, refers to tumor-like bacterial growth, crown gall, and Jesus was going to get his crown. Come on. And small bumps caused by insects or mites, parasites, the demons. These growths primarily damage the plant by strangling the vine, disrupting its vascular system so it cannot circulate water and nutrients, which ultimately leads to stunted growth, reduced fruit yield, and often plant death. Y'all, that's our spiritual life in a nutshell. The devil wants to stunt your growth. He wants to reduce the people that you bring to Christ, and he wants you to die spiritually. You said, and then we also have a class where we found out that the fruit of the tree Adam and Eve ate was actually a vined plant. Hello. He sowed the poison into the roots of things, just like he did with us. Where did the root of sin come from in us? And it said that they attacked the root, or where the it'll be under the leaf, so you'll know it's there, but it attacks the root first. It goes in right where the nutrients start. Most times when a demon is in a person, it'll suck the life out of them. And it starts at something that started in their childhood. That's what it attaches to, the easy opening. We made out of the same earth that the plants are. So they have the bugs and we have spirits. But they do the same thing, feed off of us and restrict our nutrients from the spirit and naturally sometimes. Have a good day. You said we also did a class 529 2025. Uh-huh. That was the one. Yep. You said an open door. And the tree that messed up the first man was given by Satan because all the angels were made to present gifts to a man in the garden. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. All connected. You said yes, it looks like a cluster of growths wrapped around the base going upward. Interesting. Life started at your feet. It makes sense that sin do too, huh? Excuse me, death starts at your feet. Excuse me. Death starts at our feet, and the feet of a tree would be the base and the roots. Hello, the tree can't stand without that middle part, like our legs. And our feet do the same thing that the. This is even called the trunk of our body. Hello, what y'all think? And Jesus washed feet, and the bottom of the foot is also called the sole. That's true. How y'all feeling over there? I ain't gonna keep y'all long because I'm really gonna do work on my hair. You know it take a long time because I don't twist no more. I've been doing a little interlocking thing, and it be tearing up my fingers sometimes. But I just wanted to bust y'all in the head like you bust me in the head. You said this is mind blowing. Dad is so detailed, even down to the last detail, honey. So if you don't think he done planned out our lives already, you said I'm still mind blown. Me too. Crazy. How? Oh, gall is detrimental and dangerous for the vine, especially the grapevine. It is our foundation, y'all. I said, okay, so that's deep. Very. You said a piece of puzzle is every year our life. You said, and now I'm starting to come together at my 61 piece. Uh oh. Oh, you said, oh, you definitely bust our heads. Listen, he bust mine first. I said, gall. I know what it is. He said, no, go look it up. And then I'm the what? I'm the vine. I'm the tree of life. I'm the. I said, oh, that's why you didn't take the gall. You said, I have been crying out to him to help me with this garden. So now I have another path to look into about the growth of my plants. Girl, come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The gallbladder makes sense. Oh, show do. You said, and that's so funny because in our body we have a gallbladder. Y'all all said it at the same time, and I thought about it when I was doing this because I'm like, okay, but no. And I know people that have had their gallbladders removed. Remember, I told y'all this. She can't eat no spicy, no oily, no nothing, or she'd be sick instantly. So they took her gallbladder. And they say it's not something you actually need to live, which is crazy. And it don't let you. You had it because it'll make you throw up, right? It stops your nutrients from staying down and whatnot. And they develop stones. Interesting. I'm over here looking up grapevine crown gall, and I have different. I have a different grapevine in my garden, so I'm very interested now. Uh oh. So this applies just all over the place and everywhere. Unfortunately, I got mine removed. I don't know if it's unfortunate after today, because the person I knew, their gallbladder stopped them from being able to eat, and it was causing all kind of like erosion and different things. I think in because of the stomach acids and all of these different things. You mean like the same gall does on a real plant? It stops the nutrients and the water and all of that stuff from getting through. It says you cannot eat spicy or oily or greasy food. Interesting. He said this is for me. I'm having surgery Monday, and they think it's my bladder. God, you always blow my mind. Well, what? Well, I pray your surgery goes well. Listen, they found gallstones in my daughter when she was 18, and they didn't understand where they came from. Absolutely amazing how he lets you see things. We serve an unmeasurable God. This is amazing. I'm tingly. You said, come on. Listen, you said I have to go to a gastrologist um, to make sure that everything was okay after I got mine removed. You said I had golf ball sized gallstones, made me throw up acid, heartburn, and indigestion real bad. And now you see how you can fill up a gazillion books. He said, yep, Joe had incredible pain and got really sick on his way to sepsis as to why he had to have his gallbladder removed. Isn't this crazy? He said, I wonder if one of the angels who had assembled us was one that fell with Satan, since the organ is essentially useless, just like the fallen ones became to God when they deviated from his plan. It very well could be. Because anything that they touch, it go bad. Hello. You said it's crazy. You said, yes, it triggered when I ate some Domino's pizza. After that, I was afraid to get it removed, but I was getting hooked on the painkiller, so I got it removed. I had gallstones, almost passed out from the pain while driving. I don't care what nobody say. That's why when people be like, why do you read and study? Because, and no, I'm not perfect, and right now my eyes be real crazy, so it be feeling like I can't read it, I can't see the words right. They be mixing all up. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. But guess what? He's still gonna come and drop a load over here. You said yes, I was balled up on the ground from them gallstones. So you couldn't walk. It make it hard to function. You mean like the gall does to that? It stunts the growth. It stunts the movement. Hmm. You said my gallbladder was full of stones. That's why I haven't taken it out. Interesting. I had to have it taken out. Okay. Does it make you understand why he talks about he sows some seed on rocky ground, some seed on this ground, good soil? Cause we plants. Who remembers us watching Anita Phillips? And she said, "Did you know you're a plant?" Y'all remember that? And she went through the brain. I bet if you go back and watch that now, it's gonna hit different. You said I used to curl up in a ball in a fetal position. I bet if you go watch that now, after today's class, and watch all of the slides and stuff she put up there, it's gonna hit different today. And that's one of the first videos I had like put up that I asked people to go watch. That was 4 years ago. Come February, March, it'll be 5. That's crazy. But it's crazy. Mm-hmm. I think y'all should rewatch it. My niece was 6 years old and had to have her gallbladder removed. The surgeon said he'd never seen anything like hers because hers was an hourglass shape. She was born with a rare heart condition. Interesting. You said right when you told me that. I went and looked at that video and I looked at it at a bird's eye view and wow, listen. I think y'all should go back and look at it. I'm serious. I'll go back and watch it with y'all. So something so simple. One word, y'all. Gall. And look at how many different outcomes and different questions have been answered about people's health, about plant life, about your spiritual life. I mean, it one gall applied to so many different things. You said one throwing up. You said throwing up bile without a gallbladder, and it can be just as painful not having it removed. I have a question, Auntie. Maybe I should email you. Yes, you can. You said they didn't expect her to live, but today she's alive and well. You said, and is a mama of two and went on her way. Come on. You said, I had my grandkids watch the growth of a seed to plant and show that God starts your life in the dark and leads you to the light, but you transform from the seed to the plant. Come on. Hmm. That part. What was invisible is now visible. So I'm not going to keep y'all because I know y'all about to go do what y'all got to do. Either way, it's been 2 years and my body still hasn't gotten adjusted to not having it. Interesting. I'm sorry to hear that. You said my gallstones were so painful. 2 doses of morphine did nothing. The hospital gave me fentanyl and I told them never again. Interesting. Would you say Judas was the gall in our Jesus situation? If Jesus was the vine, Judas was the gall. Isn't there a race of people called the Gauls? Is that who lived in Galatia? Or did they become the Galatians, the Gauls? I don't know for sure or not, but did they? I wonder what their lives were like. Wonder what they did to society and how they might have attacked God's people. As to why God went over there. And as to why we have a book called the Galatians. The Celtic tribes. Interesting. Mm-hmm. There we go. These people. What does this remind you of right now? What's this remind you of right now? Do you know? Is this a symbol that's no? Do y'all know? That's interesting. Biohazard. Can you tell me the definition of biohazard? What's the definition of bio and then hazard? Would you consider a gall to be a biohazard? What's the definition of bio? What's it short for? Risk to human health or the environment arising from biological work, especially with microorganisms, a threat to life. I've been quiet throughout class, but I am so thankful for today and every day we have class. This has been good. Thank you. Interesting. CERN. Interesting. Biohazard. For biological hazard is a biological substance such as a virus, bacteria, toxin, or medical waste that poses a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily humans, or to the environment. What? I'll be right back. Bio is a versatile term that most commonly refers to a short personal profile or a brief description of a person's life and career. You said yes. Thank you. I've been here in the background listening and dealing with the baby. Amazing class as always. You're welcome, y'all. I just listen. It don't be having nothing to do with me, cause he'll have me read something I don't. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think you've read the crucifixion story more than 50 times? Especially that part. Do you think you've watched 50 videos about Jesus' crucifixion over your lifetime? And we got all different lifespans in here right now. A hazard is anything with potential to cause harm, injury, or damage to life, health, property, or the environment. Okay. Did you ever think that the gall was that important for the story? Yep, but never looked it up. Looked at it in that scope. Listen, isn't that crazy? Who would have ever freaking thought that the gall had so much to do with everything that we go through in daily life? Because we have the blood of Jesus, but then we got this gall we deal with every day, which is a sin in this world and the horrible things that happen here. He always talks about having a remnant or a vine, a secret vine, a vine that is still growing and producing and all of those things in a listen, yeah, crazy. It's so many mysteries in there. We would never have enough time to find them all. You said Mel Gibson just finished The Passion of the Christ Part 2. Wonder if he's going to put to put in all the hidden parts. I don't know. And every time it's something different, every single time. Do you understand why you could read the Bible a million times until he reveal it to you, you won't know it? It's something so small. Something, 4 letters. Did 4 letters change your life today? And at Calvary, 4 letters changed your life too, didn't it? YHWH. YHWH is the exact opposite of GALL. And the devil tried to serve him both in the same cup. Hmm. Think about that. One causes death and one causes light and life. One causes death and darkness and strangulation and no production, and one produced everything. One causes things to be abnormal, and one heals all the abnormalities. It's funny that blood is about to be shed to purify the earth again. And the gall that is running around on this earth is going to be destroyed. That is interesting. That also makes sense as to why the people that worship uh, the one world leader are going to have sores on their bodies. That makes sense as to why the bugs are coming. The mites and the plants and all of the, oh, okay. He said, looked it up, and the Gaul people, Galatia, were the early French, Belgian, Swiss, and Italy, and were the Druid Celtic people. They attacked the Christians for not worshiping their gods. Oh, oh, oh. Y'all remember we studied about the Gauls in the beginning of this. Remember when we was going through all the bloodlines from all the different places, when we were studying all the mythology and figuring out who was who from what and when and why. You remember God talked about a good name and what names mean and the meanings of things and what they're used for, and it goes so deep around here. Listen, and this is why I don't know. I would rather him talk to me in this way and not memorize everything and know where every scripture is, because I want this kind of stuff. It's okay to memorize the scripture, but sometimes when you memorize it, then you never get to stuff like this, because it's just about spouting it out and not about taking it apart. It's like getting a present and never opening the present, never using it. You said it was said that there was a plague and they blame the Christian believers for not worshiping their gods, as they thought their deity's displeasure brought the. It's not the same thing about to happen to the people that are taking the mark. It says that the people in the last days, when the sores come up on their body and the sun is burning them with heat, that they're gonna shake their fist at the heavens and tell God and curse him and blaspheme against him. And the reason they gonna know that the reason that it's happening is because of the Christians, the people that they hurt and killed and tried to trap and do all that. Is history repeating itself? So some people are really sores on society. Some people stunt the growth of others. They strangle others and they cause death. Interesting. Hmm. I don't know. Anyway, I love y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all. It's the holiday. Enjoy y'all Father's Day. Tomorrow it is. Excuse me. Hmm. OMG. Mm-mm. Yeah. Thank you. No. A lot of times the giants had all these what look like is on that plant on their body. The trolls, the giants, and these people, these beings were the same things to us as the gall, the crown gall, and all of that are to the plants. And they have the same nodes and nodules on them. You know what's crazy? This is not being racist. But think about in all the like UK and older movies, the white people was always knotted up. We definitely will for you, sister. You gonna be all right, girl. You gonna be okay. Think about it. It was always some knobby old man with all these knots under his skin and on his knuckles and all of these different. Think about this, y'all. And it was always from up in those stories that that person was around. And they was always on some wicked, evil stuff. They even had them on their faces. Sometimes they had open sores too. But pretty much every time you see a giant or a troll or one of those beings, they had them knots. And these people and these beings did the exact same thing to us that those galls do to the vines of plants and trees. That's crazy. Listen, you said ew, witches and warts. Come on. You said with the gnarled fingers and hands. Come on. Oh. Said I'm so happy you followed God's orders and started this. I have learned so much. Gargamel, all of them. Yeah. You said because church could never. Well, they trying. I've been watching some of a couple of the TikTok preachers and stuff. Like I guess they're real preachers, but they be on TikTok doing and they trying. They trying to open up the people's eyes. Listen, it's crazy. They just be playing in our face all the time. They be playing in our face. You said I love those markers that you use, girl. I'm a color today too. I'm about to chill because the world is ending, baby. The world is ending. It is. It is. It is ending very quickly, my answer. Yeah, it's ending. Y'all hear my ice machine? I did put some stuff up. I need to get to some of this work and stuff I gotta do. Um, but yeah, the mysteries of God are mind blowing, and the information that He gives you, it applies to so many things. It's not just one thing or two things or three things. It applies to everything. Now you see how people like Solomon and stuff, like the information that God gave him, I could only imagine. I could only imagine. You said that sounds like a plan for today, music and coloring. Girl, yeah, I'm chill. Because it's, baby, listen, I don't want to be overstimulated or none of that. And so I'm going to do something. I'm going to act like it's a day to be okay and just do, you know. You said, yep, I'll take the mysteries for 2000, Alex. Yeah. It make you think about Jacob and Laban when he took those specific branches and put them in the troughs and mixed it with the water, and they work as a stimulant for the sheep and also aid in reproductive organs and all of that kind of stuff. Make them in heat, make them a little tonic. And the sheep that didn't drink from those troughs didn't produce as well, and they weren't as strong. All this stuff, the mysteries in His Word. I love it here, Danny. Listen, you just it. Listen, we could never understand why He did everything He did. All the classes from this week been so deep, and I got a couple of devotionals this week that God wants you to go deeper. So it's all making sense. I love you, sis, for all these classes. You're welcome. Finding my peace in these cool studies. It makes me excited. But the devil been busy, so God will come through and give us something like this to light our fire again. You know how you be watching people on the movies and they be walking through the caves in the fire because there's not a lot of oxygen. The fire will go out and they be trying to protect the amount, and then it be the wind blowing and all of that, and then they step into another space and the flame just goes back because there's more oxygen in that area. Sometimes we walking through cave systems and the oxygen might not be as uh available, but it's still some oxygen in there. And when you get to where you need to go, it's gonna light up again. And that's, I feel like that's the parts of walking through with Christ. Like, you don't always know. You can't always see. But He said He the light and He'll be in the darkness with you. So yeah, Sarah. It's a real thing, girl. Life is, honey. We trying to figure out the way out. The way out of this, the way we were supposed to go though, the right way to get to what we've been searching for. And that's why I'm trying to live it faith. Like, it's gonna be hard. And you miss all of this. Love you too. You miss all of these little trinkety pieces that He's hidden, and all of the little, push the button and put the fingers in there and then it pops out. And a million people have been right here looking at it. And it didn't pop out until He gave us the code. You heard me? That's why they keep trying to stop us over here. Because they know I'm still trying to figure out. You said trying to find the real yellow gold brick road. I'm trying to tell you, I'm still trying to find out what's in the VA that's in here. That has me like intrigued. Do you hear me? You said, remember the prophet Isaiah instructed Hezekiah's servants to prepare and apply the fig poultice to his infected skin, aka boil. Could have been a tumor, gave him 15 more years to live. Yes, I do remember this, and it very well could have been. Interesting. Interesting. I do remember that. And it probably, I mean, the first thing that the devil did to Job was put them same knots all over his body. Remember? It's all around us, and we ain't even been paying no attention. It's here. You said, I told my son last night, since I've been studying with WRU, my knowledge of the Bible has gotten a lot better. When did you said when you did the favor the other day, showed me that. Interesting. You said maybe the second extra large antique Bibles. Okay. So, I don't know. That's why I just be like, I don't want to go back to the regular stuff. You said that's a good example. We go looking and Dad shows us something new. It's just like turning the light on in the dark. So good. I'm trying to tell you. That's why I started being like, I don't want to memorize the word. That's not what I want to do. I want to know what's in it. You can memorize it all you want to. I won't be doing that. I won't. Because if you memorize it, then you only see what you memorize. You don't see the rest of it. He can't pop nothing up off the page. Look at the people that we know that just memorize the word. They won't even listen to nothing you have to say because they've memorized it. So they can't see nothing else. And it's not, you see what I'm saying? It's not bad to memorize it, but most times if you just memorize it, you're just going to be a parrot, just repeating that and never seeing what's actually in it, what's in there, the value. You said they read it and learn their lines. We read between them. Girl, Keish. Yes, that part. And do. You said this also reminds me of mold for some reason and how the Bible talks about mold and what to do. Come on. He said, hide the word in your heart. Well, Jesus is the word, and he told me to love. I have love in my heart. Therefore, I have the word. That part. Come on. You said mold is saprophytes. Saprophytes. You said meaning they break down and absorb nutrients from dead and decaying organic matter. Ooh. 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 Listen. That part. That part, Nisi Poo. Listen, I'm just saying, folks get and they like, oh, you need to know every scripture and where is this scripture and where is that scripture. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm too busy on the rabbit hole about gall or whatever else we didn't study. You hear me? You know, I can't. It's because he gives me too much information about a four-letter word to be able to do that. I can't. Cuz first of all, I haven't even read it in just one place. Or maybe I saw it in the anime. And the names led all the way back to ancient wherever. You see what I'm saying? We can't. This baby came here talking about anime and how the cancer and this, that, and the other, and then somebody else might say, "Oh, I read it," or the Celtic mythology. So you gotta look like a weird. I can't even remember. You said, but didn't it say that the Holy Spirit will give you what to say? So study, study it, not memorize it. Yep, it causes. You said so study it, not memorize it, because He will bring it back in the right time. Exactly, and that's why I don't be worried about it. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Jesus is in my heart, like my baby said. You hear me? And the word is in my heart. It's like when I could spout out the word and I knew exactly where it was, I had no understanding of it for real. I didn't even know how to apply it to my life. And I'm being 100% honest. He said they memorize the scriptures to control and manipulate. We study the scriptures for self reflection, self correction, and self control. Do. So, I don't know. Everybody got their reason, but I'm too nosy. I was the why kid. I need to understand why. Okay, I'm gonna do it, but tell me why. Help me understand why. I'm the why kid, and I'm happy I was. Are you happy you were the why kid? You hear me? Are you happy that you are the why kid? You didn't just take it at face value. You want to understand. And we was probably always the ones getting told, don't ask questions, don't look into nothing, don't worry about it, don't. You said I'm definitely me too. I'm a why. I need to understand. You said I don't want to just go with the flow. Come on. And not going with the flow of what everybody else is doing has led us to so many mysteries that are so deep it is wild. You said now, depending on the why, as um a why child, I might I might not do it. You said you said the one in math class that kept raising my hands until I got full understanding, and others hated that. Oh, you said and I hate trends. Yes, the five whys. Come on. So I really am gonna let y'all go now. I'm about to go make me some breakfast. Some breakfast. I'm gonna make me a hash brown because I really want that, and some bacon, and probably an egg. But then I got that fish, so I was thinking I could make me some grits and just refry the other pieces of fish that I have and put it over a little bit of grits with a little bit of cheese and eggs. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm about to figure it out. I probably will make me some grits or some cream of wheat. Yeah. I don't know why I want that southern feel right now. You said, yep, that was me until I stopped asking. And now you asking me why. Now I'm saying I'll figure it out. You said definitely, but when I did what they told me not to, I got the answers. Okay. You said, oh, I made some biscuits and gravy last night. I know. I know it was so good. My mama made some fish, rice, and cabbage. Thank God my mama loves to cook. Girl, that part. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, we had grits for breakfast, right? Right, I got some of that catfish in there, and I ate some last night before I went to sleep. But it's a little bit more in there, and I was thinking I could put that with scramble some eggs, or well, really, I just want a fried egg, a fried garlic egg, and I'm gonna put that fish on there, and yeah, make me some grits or either some cream of wheat, whichever one. It's gonna be fine. Thank you so much. Listen, because you know we like food over here. Yep. Because it feel like a chill day. I think it's supposed to rain today too. I don't know for sure. But all that stuff I did yesterday, y'all, I was like, mm-mm. And Joy said that I went to sleep. I was sleep real, real good yesterday, last night. Probably about to lay down and take me another nap too. Yep. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Hmm. You said, and you had the pochette to scrape them off. Uh oh. You said it's raining here on and off. That's what I said. I'm about to chill out. Yep, I'm about to eat. I love y'all. See y'all later.